And that is Taco van der Hoorn sitting second wheel. Now, I don't think van der Hoorn has got anyone else in here. So van der Hoorn's either going to try something, maybe. Here comes, I think, Jenno Bergmos again. Lotto Destiny have got to do something. They've got to do something. This leads to the left-hander, if I'm not mistaken, that takes them to the finish line. They're not quite onto the Avenue de Grammont just yet. I've got to remember how long the final of the Avenue de Grammont is, but I don't think it's 2K. It is long, though. If I remember correctly, this is slightly before the left-hand turn. It's a tight left-hand turn as well to take them onto the Avenue de Grammont. Yeah, they turn with about 800 metres to go, something like that, according to the mapping I'm looking at right now. They're not quite there just yet. Neither of them looking back, though. But at some point, on this long straight here, it was probably look backable, too. At least to see the camera motorbike ahead of the peloton, the chasing group. Now, you see now, Matthias Vasek is now starting to play the game. Christophe Laporte shakes out his legs. Do they both wait for the sprint? Laporte sits up and looks over his shoulder as well. Do they wait? This could be touch and go. I would start, if I were you, to ignore the number at the top of the screen. Don't worry about the time gap, because that is the Flamme Rouge. 1,000 metres to go. With that kind of time gap, they should have room for a little bit of playing around, but not if they now decide they're both going to shut it down. Vasek has the sense to look over his shoulders. Christophe Laporte, a Frenchman and a Czech rider, are going to the finish here of one of the biggest classic one-day races in history. The 118th edition of the Paris Tour. We are on to the Avenue de Grammont. We've taken in all 10 of the farm tracks. The riders are absolutely covered in mud, in the likes of which we've not seen in the recent history of this race. And that's the shot, fully zoomed in from the finish line. Matthias Vasek chooses the right-hand barrier to keep an eye on Christophe Laporte. This could be a very close sprint between these two, and I don't know how to call it. They are now leaving themselves some room to play around, but they're going to keep looking. Vasek knows that he can look back past Laporte. Laporte might not look back now. He's got to be careful that Vasek does not get the jump on him as well, because there comes Jenno Bergmos. It is going to be close come this finish line. They can't wait too much longer, and Christophe Laporte knows it too. They both back off. They're both geared down, ready to get the snap on top of the gear as well. They're both on the drops and ready to go. Here we go. Christophe Laporte launches. Matthias Vasek up alongside him. What has Vasek got? Laporte looks like he's got a better snap at the moment. Matthias Vasek getting into his wheel shadow, though. I think Vasek might have a second shout at this. Christophe Laporte is going hard. What's Vasek got left? Has he got anything? He might do, but he hasn't. Christophe Laporte wins the 118th edition of Paris Tour, and they would have had even more time to mess around, because that's what's going on behind too. Lewis Askey's opened up. Taco van der Hoorn goes for it now as well. Watch the right-hand side. That does look like Piet Allegaert. Pretty certain that's Piet Allegaert in the middle as well. And here comes Jasper Philipsen. Jasper Philipsen sprinting clear in the middle. He's going to take third after his win in the Sparkassen Münsterland Giro in the middle of the week. He reminds us again just what a great bike handler he is too.